Chanukah Sameach, Chodesh Tov. It has been quite a week here at Ulpana and at Or Chaim. And I'd like to use this week's Parsha to reflect a little bit upon where we are as we get ready for our winter break. This week's Parsha really brings to a head the conflict that exists between Yosef and his brothers. And many of the Rishonim ask a very difficult, challenging question, which is, what gave Yosef the right to torment his brothers, imprison them, and really bring about an incredible, challenging conflict and situation that developed over the course of Parshat Miketz? When you look at the Psukim, when you look at how Yosef treated his brothers, okay, we know that he was thrown in the pit by him. I'm not minimizing that on any level. I'm not minimizing what the brothers did to him. But in the end of the day, two wrongs don't make a right. Yosef was a tzaddik. Yosef understood they made mistakes. Yosef understood that they acted based on their own belief as to what was in the best interest of them, their family, their father. And Yosef appreciated and understood that he had to rise above. How do we explain and how do we understand what gave Yosef the right to treat them the way that he did? The Rishonim really split into two major camps in the context of this question, and time doesn't permit me to really give a full analysis of this in a short 5-minute video. But very briefly, the Ramban writes that Yosef had a dream to bring about the dreams. Yosef's dream was to bring the dreams to fruition. Yosef wanted to create the impetus in which he would be the melech, he would be the prince, and he needed to orchestrate this entire rouge, this entire episode, in order to bring the brothers down to Mitzrayim, bring his father, bring Leah down to Mitzrayim, such that he would be able to ensure the fulfillment of the dreams exactly as he saw them. And that's the Ramban and many other Rishonim that sit in his camp. On the other hand, you have the Abarvanel and others who write that Yosef was trying to punish the brothers. They sinned terribly. They sinned to Yosef. They sinned to Kodesh Baruch Hu, and Yosef felt that he was able to be the judge, the jury, the executioner, and it was his job, it was his responsibility to bring about the onesh, the punishment that the brothers had belonging or coming to them. And that's a different path entirely. But Rav Shimshon Afar Hirsch, modern day Achron, writes a beautiful commentary. First he goes about quoting psukim, quoting proofs to try to disprove the earlier opinions of many of the other earlier Rishonim. And then he says that ultimately the goal of Yosef was true brotherly love. Yosef wanted them to be a family together. Yosef wanted them to come together again and to get past their differences, to get past their challenges. And everything that Yosef did was in the goal and with the desire to bring them together again. That was what he was trying to achieve. And a brief look at the psukim can demonstrate some of those examples and how Yosef tried to bring about a reconciliation with the brothers and bring his family back together again. And ultimately, he wanted there to be a love, an affection, a commitment between them that went above and beyond any conflict. And that's what Yosef was trying to achieve. I mentioned this on Erev Shabbos after we finished a Hanukkah that I hope was beautiful for you and for your families. A different type of Hanukkah perhaps than Hanukkahs in the past. Maybe you didn't get together with friends and family. Certainly for us here at Or Chaim and at Ulpana, our Hanukkah was different as well. We didn't have the Hallel that we usually have in shul. We didn't have the programs that we usually have. We didn't have the activities and the dancing and the singing and the simcha and the joy of what I've come to expect and what I've come to love for Hanukkah, both at Or Chaim and at Ulpana. Kol hakavod to Prof, to Mr. Lazar, to student council, to everyone who tried to do as much as possible to try to bring about a simcha of Hallel on Hanukkah, but it wasn't the same. And certainly, as you know, we had to shut down our school in person and transition online. Different type of learning experience, different type of learning environment. And now we enter into a 2-week break in which we're not going to be as social as we would have been in the past. And we won't have as much interaction. But there's also been a lot of conflict that's developed within our community, but within the larger community, within the larger world. This vaccine, or rather I should say this virus, the upcoming hope towards a vaccine, has brought about a lot of finger pointing and a lot of conflict. And we have to try as best as possible as we transition post this vacation and this break to bring us back together again. To remember that what unites Or Chaim and Opana and what makes us so special is that we are a family. And we have a love that exists and a commitment to each other that stands above any conflict or any finger pointing, any resentment, or any sense of anger that might exist. And this needs to be true on a broad community level as well. There's been a lot of concern around different opinions around this virus. What's the right path? What's the wrong path? What do the experts say? What do the doctors say? All sorts of different opinions. Who's right? Who's wrong? Who's being more machmir? Who's being too makil? Lots of different perspectives. We're not there yet, although the vaccine is coming and we're getting closer. But I know that as an internal community here, we need to do our best to do a reset and to make sure that we're putting the love, the care, and what I believe is a special family relationship that we have here at Or Chaim and at Opana above all else. So that in the end of the day, we truly care about our brothers and our sisters. We truly care about our classmates. We truly care about each other. We're not judging. We're not criticizing. We're trying to understand. We're trying to have patience. We're trying to have a sense of commitment to each other that rises above and beyond any division or divisiveness that might have existed. Thoughts to think about as we enter into what hopefully will be a restful, a safe, and an enjoyable 2-week break. It has been an incredible semester. We've had incredible successes. So much to be proud of. Mirza Hashem, please God, when we come back, we will continue with those successes, and we will have a wonderful, wonderful second semester and beautiful stretch of learning, of limud Torah, of religious growth, of inspiration. And please God, HaKadosh Baruch Hu should help the entire world, not just our community, to see to it that this virus comes to a quick end and we're able to get back to some of the activities that we loved and we cherished. Shabbat Shalom, Chanukah Sameach, Chodesh Tov to all, and thank you.